And tonight the rest of these are on Google questions.
Alright. We talked about yesterday when we add and subtract, they have to have the same root and same number underneath the radical. When you multiply them, they just have to have the same root. Nothing else. Do not have to have the same thing underneath the radical. Both of these on number 1 have a root of what? 2. Good. So we can multiply them. So start by multiplying what's on the outside. 6 times 4. That'd be what? Good. And then on the inside, when we multiply what's on the inside of each one, would have what? Very good. And y'all know what to do from here because y'all know how to simplify radicals. So I want you to finish this one on your own and number 2. And if y'all are struggling or have questions, now's the time because you will have a checkpoint on this, like I said, afterwards. So let me know if you have questions. Humanity calculator. Don't forget plus or minus if it needs it, because on simplifying and multiplying, we always check for plus or minus. I think everybody's done with those two. I just want the final answer whenever I call on you guys. So, Cheney, what'd you get for your final answer for number 1?
96 C squared P2.
Good. Just don't forget that plus or minus. Alright. Yvonne, did you finish number 2? Alright, what'd you get? Alright, one thing we need to change. And what's that? Anybody? Yes. So the 24 needs to change, right? Alright, so let's go back. When we multiply these, we'll get 6 4th root of what? X to the Y to the. Very good. So the 4th root of 16 is what? Times 6? Good. But everything else is the x squared and y, correct? Yes, and we also need what? Plus or minus. So plus or minus 12x squared y is correct. Any questions about those kind of multiplying? Okay. What about number 3? How could we multiply these? FOIL. That's what I was looking for. It is kind of distribute, but because these are 2 binomials, we have to FOIL it out. So let's start with the first. What would I get when I multiply these first 2 terms? 12 root. Perfect. Outer. Somebody said it. Root 6. Good. Inside. Good. A lot of people in my other class were getting confused. If it's a number, that's what you multiply by the coefficient, not what's under the radical, just the coefficient. Alright, and then last term, what would that be? Very good. Alright, now looking at all of these terms, can we add or subtract any of them? Why? Good. They don't have the same number underneath. They have the same root. Can we simplify any of these roots? Which one?
24 root 6.
So we can pull a perfect square.
No.
Any of the other ones we can simplify? Nope. Very good. But the next one that you're going to do on your own, number 4, you'll get to this point, and then you'll have to simplify the roots. Go ahead and try that one. Number 4. Email one more time. Alright, Carson, tell me the first terms you got when you multiply together.
28 root 12.
Good. Jenna, the outer terms.
21 root 24.
Good. Alright, Isabel, the inside terms. Very good. And Felix, the last terms. Perfect. Alright, this is what I meant by you can break up these roots. Randy, what'd you break 12 up into?
56 and I like vowel guys.
It's okay.
4
Very good. Jaden, what about 24?
6 and 4.
Good. Shania, what about 18?
2.
Good. And everybody, this one. Good. Alright, so final answer here. We know that this square root of 4 is 2 times this would be 56 root 3. Next one would be plus root 6. Good. Next. Minus. Perfect. Anything else we can do? Nope. Go ahead. That's only for multiplying and simplifying. On this one, we're just adding and subtracting. But I know what you mean because we're taking the root. You would think so. That's why on y'all's test, I'm going to make it clear. I'm going to just say, like, remember plus or minus on each one that you need to remember it on. Very good. So y'all feel good about multiplying radicals. Cool. All right, moving on to division. What's wrong with number 1?
That's a radical.
All right, how do y'all think we should get rid of it? 5, root 5? Let's try it. Don't write it down. Don't write it down. All right, the top would be what?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because otherwise we do.
Everybody see why we can't do that? Like the bottom when we distribute would be just 5 minus root 5. Still got a radical on bottom. What were you going to say, Colby? Very close.
Would be plus 1.
It'd be plus 1. How'd you know that? Yeah, what's it called? Y'all remember? Starts with a C. You right over here. Conjugate. Conjugate. And conjugate is a real fancy word for a simple thing. The conjugate of like x minus 4 would be x plus 4. What's the difference between these two? Just the middle sign. That's all. So the conjugate of the square root of 5 minus 1 would be what? Yep, square root of 5. Oh, I wrote it here. Gosh, I hate when I mess up in pen. Alright. 2 square root of 5 minus 1 times the conjugate would be square root of 5 plus 1. And you got to multiply the bottom and top by it. What you do to one, you got to do to the other. Zoom out a little. So on top, tell me what we'd have. Very good. On bottom, we're going to have to do what? Yes.
Would it be 5 plus 1?
You skipped some terms. Why'd you do that? No, you're right. They'll do what? Alright, how do you know that? Yeah. And let me just write it out so y'all can see it. First terms would be 5, right? Outer would be plus root 5. Inside would be minus root 5. And then the minus 1 at the end. And like they said, that will cancel out. So anytime you multiply something by its conjugate, do you have to fold? No. You just have to multiply what terms? First and last. So from now on, you don't have to fill out the bottom. Just multiply first terms, which gets you 5, and then the last, which gets you negative 1. So the top would be 2 square root of 5 plus 2. The bottom would be perfect. And what can we take out of everything? So tell me final answer. Root 5 over perfect. That's it. Questions? I'm just going to have you do one of these on your own. Do y'all want to work on 2 or 3?
3.
Okay. Just work on 3. It's good for you. Just do 3 on your own. Then once we kind of go over it, I'll let you just start on your checkpoint. I just want to make sure y'all understand this. Let's go ahead and do 3 on your own. going over this one. The conjugate that we're multiplying by was what? Yes. And everybody had that part. I think y'all are confused about folding the top. So let's go over that part. This negative 2 root 3 is one term. So like this is 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Alright, first terms would be what? Yes. Outer? Good. So 9 and negative 6 were the outer terms. So 9 times negative 6, negative 54. Inside? Yes. Alright, explain how you got that. Times this. Good. Everybody see that? If not, you could just write negative 2 square root of what? 9. And then like simplify from there, if that's confusing. And then the last term would be what? The last terms? Close. Yes. 12 root 3. Alright, now the bottom, do we have to pull it out? No. So my first terms multiplied together would give me 3. Good. Or square root of 9, which is 3. My last terms? Yes. Alright. Now let's look at the top, what we can simplify. Does 9 root 3 have any friends? You sure?
Oh yeah, I mean like, I think
So when we combine them, we'll get what?
that.
Yes. Alright, now these two don't look like friends, but square root of 9 is what? So 3 times negative 2 would give us negative 6, but yes. So negative 54 minus 6 would give us over? Yes. Did y'all get that far? Okay. From here, we're not done because we can take what out of everything? Yes. Okay, so the top would be what? Over? Very good. Do we need to practice another one before y'all do your checkpoint, or are y'all okay with this? Okay. So if you'll go ahead and start on your checkpoint, if you want me to check them one at a time, that's fine. As you can see, like there's a lot of room to work at the bottom. I want your final answer in the blank. And I'll be coming around to check those. Once you get